October 1962. The world held its breath. Nuclear war was a heartbeat away. President Kennedy faced a monumental test of leadership. Imagine Donald Trump in that same situation. Kennedy and Trump are cut from different cloths. Their leadership styles are a study in contrasts. Kennedy, the cool-headed pragmatist, believed in deliberation. He surrounded himself with experts. In stark contrast, Trump's impulsive nature and reliance on gut instinct are well documented. In the Cuban Missile Crisis, Trump's approach could have been catastrophic. Now imagine the unthinkable. Trump is president. The news breaks, Soviet missiles are in Cuba. The discovery of Soviet missiles would have ignited his Twitter feed. Instead of a measured response, imagine the immediate firestorm on social media. Accusations, threats, and inflammatory rhetoric would erupt. Global markets would plummet in response to the uncertainty. Would Trump consult with NATO allies? Kennedy, in contrast, gathered information. He formed a crisis committee, XCOM. He kept communication channels open with Khrushchev. In this time of crisis, trust was incredibly fragile. The Cuban Missile Crisis tested the Western alliance. Kennedy understood the importance of international cooperation. He worked tirelessly to secure NATO support. He presented a united front against Soviet aggression. Trump's America First approach is the antithesis of collaboration. His isolationist tendencies would almost certainly have fractured the alliance. Can you imagine France and the UK trusting a leader who openly questions their commitment to the alliance? It's a dangerous gamble with potentially catastrophic consequences. Let's compare how then and now it would have been a case of calculated moves versus impetuous reactions. The Cuban Missile Crisis was a game of high-stakes chess. Each move carried the risk of catastrophic escalation.
Kennedy, through diplomacy and military posturing, de-escalated the crisis. He stared into the abyss and found a way back.
Could Trump have navigated this treacherous path? His history of impulsive decisions, combined with his penchant for inflammatory rhetoric, suggests a far greater likelihood of miscalculation, potentially leading to global catastrophe.
The Cuban Missile Crisis reminds us of the importance of leadership. It highlights the need for cool heads and steady hands.
While we can only speculate about Trump, the world dodged a bullet in 1962. The question remains, could we be so fortunate again?